charge the battery. You can consider it a normal way to connect the load and turn on the output. Battery is especially battery is a special load which contains power itself. So if you connected it in the wrong way, it will damage the device itself because the power from the battery will go back to the power supply and damage the power supply. So today we use battery as an example to show you how to use our power supplies. First, you can see there are two kind of power supplies, which is our latest version RD series power supply. We use RD6012 12 ampere max as an example, and for DPS series we use DPS3005. They are all made up by three parts: the front DC to DC converter, the case, and inside the case there is a battery pack to power on the device. Because we need to take it to from here to there, so we use battery pack as input power source. Now we show you how to use it. First, we need to turn on the power. Both of them are powered on by battery pack, so we do not need to connect it to the PC to the outlet on the wall. If you need the power from the outlet, you need to use our AC to DC switching power supply, or you can prepare your own power supplies to power on the device. Just check the input range so that you will not burn the device itself. Okay, if you order our switch power supply, you need to check if the output, if the input voltage you set is corresponding to your reality. For example, our switching power supply is 220 volt AC input by default. If you use 110 volt AC input, you need to switch the gear to the 110 gear. Okay, now we talk about how to use it to charge batteries. The first step is set the suitable voltage and current. This is a single lithium battery. This is a single lithium battery. So the peak voltage, the voltage of the battery is 3.7 volt, but the charging voltage is not this value. It is 4.2 peak voltage value. So we need to use 4.2 volt to charge a single lithium battery. If it is a 10 series lithium battery, we need to use 42 volt to charge. So the voltage depends on the battery kind, and the charging current depends on the battery capacity. We just set a value. Okay, for this battery we use 4.2 volt and 500 milliampere to charge it. Okay, first step, make sure what the voltage and current value you need to set. Okay, so step 2, you need to set the voltage and current value. Okay, press for all the DPS series power supply, we just press the reset button and adjust it. Now it is 6 volt. we need to adjust it to 4.2. So we need to move the digit and adjust. Press reset again to confirm the setting. Okay, now it is 4.2 volt, and now it is 100 milliampere. So we need to press the A set button. Press. Now it is on the top. You can see the settings. It is 4.2 volt and 0.5 ampere. For RD series power supply, the setting way is same. You just press the reset button and set 4.2 and press the confirm button. Okay, it is 4.2 and set the I set button 0.5. Which the alarm is working, so please wait a minute. You can see the voltage and current is already set. The third step is to connect the battery. For this step, they are very different. For DPS power supply, there is no battery charging terminal. You need to connect it positive to positive, negative to negative. Okay. Check the winding again and you can turn on the output. You can see the charging voltage is about 4.1 ampere and the charging current is less than 500 milliampere. The charging mode is constant current mode. CC. So this means the battery is under charging for step 1, constant current mode. When the voltage arises to 4.2 volt and keep the 4.2 volt, the charging current will decrease until a very low value that never changes. The charging progress can be considered to be cut off. Okay. This is the battery. You can see the red terminal connect to the red terminal, but it is not decided by the color. It is decided by the positive and the negative terminal. If you connect the device to the wrong terminal, it will burn the output. The best situation is that the fuse is burned. That's the best situation. If it burn more chips, the fixing way is more complex, and you may need to buy a lot components to replace the damaged one. Okay. So we review about the progress to charge the battery. Step 1, check the voltage, check the battery itself. Step 2, you need to set the charging voltage and current. Steps according to the battery type and the capacity. Step 3, connect the battery in the right way. Okay. Step 4, check the setting and winding again. Step 5, turn on the output. Step 6, when the current decreases to a value that never changes, please cut off the output by yourself. It itself has no cut-off function, so you need to cut off by your own. Now it says now use this, but for this you need to use the green terminal. It is battery charging terminal. The first step is same. Check the battery itself and decide the charging voltage and current. Step 2, set the voltage and current value. Step 3, make sure you use the green terminal to charge the battery and you can connect it. Just notice this icon which has a battery shape. Now I connect it in the right way. When I connect it but not turn on the output, you can see it is in red, which means the battery is already connected in the right way. Step 4, turn on the output. You can see the charging voltage is less than 4.1 ampere, and the charging current is 490 milliampere. And the battery icon, the battery shape turns to green. Before it is white, now it is green, which means it is already charging. And just like what I said, the charging progress, first it is constant current mode. When the voltage reaches 4.2 volt, and the current will decrease to a value that never changes. For RD6012 ampere version, the current when the current decreases to 100 milliampere, the charging progress will be cut off automatically to make sure that the battery itself will be safe. If you just stay at home and the battery is always charging, you do not look at the battery and it is always charging, the battery getting hotter and hotter, so it may explode or burn other things. So it has, for safety reason, when the current decreases to 100 milliampere, the power supply will be cut off automatically. Okay, then we use another way. You can see when it is disconnected, the battery go back to white shape and in blue. Now we connect it in the wrong way. I connect the negative to the positive of the battery. You can see here, the battery icon shows that no battery connected. and I turn on the output. No current is charging because it knows that the battery is connected in the wrong way, so it will never charge the battery. But if you use this DPS series to connect them in the wrong way, the device will be damaged immediately. There is no chance to keep it safe. Only you connect it in the right way. Okay. Now we connected it again in the right way. Can see the icon changes. And if the battery is disconnected by accident, the output will be cut off automatically. For example, you accidentally, you can see the output is turned off and the battery is disconnected. So if the battery is disconnected, it will cut off the output. So this is all for safety reason. Connect it again. Okay. You know, there is usually a temperature sensor. You can connect the temperature sensor, put on the battery surface, so that at this area it will show the output accumulated capacity, output voltage on battery, and output and the temperature of the battery. You can see this is the temperature, but I do not take the external temperature sensor. Wait, it's here. The temperature sensor. This is a temperature sensor. You can put it on the battery itself. For example, I just take it. You can see the temperature increased to 34 degrees. (35). The error of the temperature sensor is about 3 degrees, so it is not very accurate, but it can test if the battery is overheated. So for the latest version of RD6006 Plus version, when the temperature it detected exceeds the limit, so the cutoff, the output will be cut off automatically. If you have any questions, you just contact us, and if you do not know which one to choose, you just contact us, and we will consider your needs, and we recommend the best power supply to you. If you can make sure that you use the battery, you use the output of the power supply in the right way, connection never make mistakes. You never make mistakes on connecting. You just choose our older version power supply. It is compared with the RD series. It is inexpensive and more compact. You can see the size. It is not big. But for this, it is big, and but it is you cannot say that it is an expensive power supply because the total value of a whole set is about $160, and you can use about $10 coupon and other discount. So when you get it, it is about $150. For this for this price, together with the quality, you just go to the market to find a similar power supply which has same quality and the same function of the power supply, and compare with their price. We can make sure that the price of our products is already low, and it is a real bargain. If you do not believe us, you just go to the market and find other 60 volt and 12 ampere AC to DC power supply, which has the same ripple range, same accuracy, same function, PC software, mobile phone app. They all have these functions, and compare the price. You can see our product price is not so high. Any questions about our power supply? No, we continue to introduce. Okay, for normal load like lights, resistor, you just use a red terminal output. But for load which has power, electricity inside, or with power, like battery, no matter lithium battery or other lipid battery, you just use the green terminal to charge the battery. If you use motor, please use one-third of the current range. For example, this is 12 ampere version. You can use 4 ampere max to power on a motor. They are inductive load. Please use one-third range to use them for safety reason. So as this one. The last suggestions for using our power supplies are just use them alone. If you think the voltage and current is not enough, you just go to buy a higher version for higher voltage or higher current. If you think DPS 5005 is not enough, you can go to find a 5015 or 5020, or you can choose our RT series 60 volt, or there is DPS 80 volt. Just do not connect the output of them together in series or in parallel to get a higher voltage or higher current. This will damage the device. Recently, a customer just told me that he burned the device because he connected the output in series. So want to get a higher output, but this will damage the device itself. And I told him not to do that, but he thinks he is an experienced engineer. He will not make mistakes. but actually he burned the device. Okay. Just note again, mm, when charge battery, make sure you use the green terminal. Recently, a customer told me that he charged his battery every day with our DPS RD series power supply with the red terminal, and finally he burned the output. Uh, Luckily, he just needed to replace the output fuse to repair the device, but the luck will not always exist. If he charge a very high voltage battery, uh, maybe next time will not only burn the fuse itself, it will burn other parts. So just use the battery charging terminal. If you do not read the instructions, we suggest you to have a look at the instructions before using it. Thank you for watching. That's all.